Hi, just wanted to talk a little bit about nutrition and what I do. So I'm going to try to make it short as I can, but fill you in with as much information as I can. First things is whole grains, very important. You don't want any processed foods, bleached foods, foods with all these tons of additives and preservatives. Stay away from that as much as you can. They say now people that are put in the ground or die don't decompose for 10 days. Tells you how many preservatives that they pumped in the food. So any words you really can't pronounce, I would just say stay away from it. Hydrogenated proteins are the worst. Palm oils and things like that, terrible. Your body can't even simulate it or break it down. So stay away from meats as much as possible. These animals are fed more hormones and more antibiotics and steroids. I really think it has a lot to do with the obesity as well. I mean, if it's plumping cattle up at that rate, you're consuming the meat. Think about it. So I stopped eating meat 6 months ago, and I don't miss it. I don't even think about it. If you do eat meat, just bless the meat and realize that a living being gave its life to feed you. And I think it's a beautiful ritual to give thanks for all food, but especially meat. Organic, even though they say nothing's really organic anymore, spend a little extra money and buy organic. Organic eggs, organic butter, organic milk. At least you're not getting all the hormones. Remember the energy that goes into the animal, whether it was depressed. I mean, baby veal are locked up in the dark, so their meat is soft and tender, and so many people don't even realize that veal is a baby calf, and its whole life is just pulled away from its mother, lives in the dark. They don't even let it lay down. They want it completely boxed in with its little head in a trough. And that little baby suffers from the moment it's pulled away from its mother. So if you're going to give up any meat and you're a veal eater, and you feel it in your heart to not contribute to that, that would be wonderful. I get sad just talking about veal. So olive oil, wonderful oil. You need fat to break down protein. So by cutting out your fat completely, you're actually doing your body a disservice. So I consume a lot of olive oil. When I'm cooking with high heat, I use light olive oil. When I'm cooking salads and such, I use the extra virgin. Kitty, stop that. Sounds like Hawk's going to knock something over. Flaxseed oil is very good. And oh, I told you he was going to knock something over. I knew it. He's a male kitty, too. The females don't do this stuff. Okay, where was I? Okay, olive oil, flaxseed oil, especially if you have heart problems. Flaxseed or omegas are wonderful form of omega oils, which in Europe, that's the first thing they prescribe is omega fish oils because it does so much beautiful repair work on your arteries. So that's a must. My cholesterol dropped like 80 points when I started really increasing my olive oil. And when I really started getting healthy about 12 years ago. Stay away from processed sugars. And if you do drink a lot of fruit juice, dilute it with water if you can. Drink a lot of water. And, they say a lot of bottled water isn't even healthy. So you've got to really research the water you drink. Or do reverse osmosis on your own tap water. So whole grains, organic. When you read labels, remember the first ingredient is usually what is the most prominent. So if you see sugar right at the front, put it back. You don't want to put a bunch of sugar in your system, and stay away from diet soda. It actually makes you thirstier. It's poison, and I think its derivative is something like formaldehyde or rat poison or something horrific. So naturally decaffeinated coffee, if you drink decaf, the chemically decaffeinated is also horrendous, horrendous for you. So if you have any questions, look it up on the internet. There's information on everything. If you take vitamin supplements, stay away from a junk additive that's called magnesium stearate. It actually stops the absorption of the actual vitamin. And I think that's about it right now. If you have any questions, feel free to write me. And I'm not a nutritionalist, but I've studied an awful lot about it, and I can always guide you to a good book. Or The Sugar Blues is a great book on sugar if you're diabetic and you want to know what you can do naturally. That Gloria Swanson wrote it back in the 70s or 80s. Great book. Lots of research in that book. And you want whole grains in your system if you're diabetic, because you're eating white bread and white rice. That breaks down to starch immediately and goes into your system as sugar. So whole grains, your body simulates it much slower. It absorbs all the nutrition at the pace that it should, and you usually don't have the hunger pains and such. When I get really, really hungry, what I'll do usually is grab a handful of almonds or nuts or something like that, and that will curb my appetite. But I eat little meals throughout the day, and you should do a much better just by getting rid of the processed foods, the bleached foods, the sugar, the diet soda. Buy organic meat if you're going to eat meat, and read those labels. If you can't pronounce the word, put it back. Stay away from nitrates in the meat, men. That's very bad for your prostate. And like I said, lots of information out there, but you are what you eat. That's very true. And a lot of people right now are popping more pills and pharmaceuticals which stay in your system, and you pee them out, and they're in the water. So I just believe that God didn't make it this difficult, be popping pills left and right and such. So if we get back down to basics, our parents were pretty dang healthy. I mean, I know mine were, and they didn't eat all this crap. Okay. God bless you. I hope this helped a little bit. Bye.